Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. I was going to do a quick one, another Darth video that popped up on Tom Rabbit's channel with him butting in and helping himself to a kind of religious discussion with a Discord user named Rainy. So I'm going to get into this one here pretty quick. It's not very long, but it's got some interesting tap dancing from Darth. So I'm going to get this playing, and then, as usual, I'll comment in.
Da Vinci, can I ask you a question?
Okay, I've got this turned up to about 1.25. Rainey is asking a Discord user named Da Vinci a question, and she's about to jump on into this.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's about 1 Kings 22:22. And I pulled it up on the Theist experience. It just basically talks about how in the Bible, God seems to be deceiving. And I know Foxy was using that to refute Islam early on, but without focusing on the Islamic perspective. I just wanted to ask you what you think.
I haven't found
that is just simply the judgment of God, upon the king. God himself is not actually deceiving.
So see what happened there. She asks Da Vinci a question, and he starts to answer. Darth doesn't give him a chance. He just butts right in there. No, it's not what you think it is. And now he's going to start preaching.
A parallel passage you might want to look up is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, where it talks about the man of sin being possessed by Satan, and God will send a damning delusion to them who believe the lie and receive not a love of the truth. What does it mean that God sends a damning delusion? In other words, God, as sovereign Lord, permits Satan and his minions as a form of judgment upon the human race to deceive those who were hostile and unrepentant toward God. Okay. Yes. Now, the passage in Kings refers to a vision. Now, the vision may just simply be representative in a dream of what took place, that God permitted a demon to deceive the king. Okay. Now, that we could.
The passage doesn't say anything about a demon. Like he's making this up. I'll actually read the passage that Rainey is concerned with. Let's see here. I believe it's. Let's see here. I thought I had it open. Not 1 Samuel. There's quite a few of these. So it's 1 Kings 22, verses 20 through 22. This is actually a prophecy from Micaiah. So, and the Lord said, "Who will entice Ahab into attacking Ramah?" Actually, this needs more context. So, what's happening here? I believe the king of Judah and the king of Israel are having a conversation, and the king is looking for a prediction from these prophets, and the prophets are basically saying if he goes into Ramoth Gilead and he goes to war with them and he attacks him, he's going to win. He's got something like 400 prophets that are saying this. And then I believe it's the king of Judah tells the king of Israel, like, don't you have anybody here that actually like hears from God? And so they get, how is it pronounced? Micaiah. He comes in. And it's interesting. He initially lies. And basically backs the other ones. And then they're like, well, come on, man. That's not, you're not being truthful. Tell us how it's really going to go. And he's like, well, I've seen from the Lord that Israel they will be like sheep without a shepherd. They'll just be scattered across the hillsides. So, and then he gives this particular vision, right? This vision says that a spirit came forward, stood before the Lord and said, I will entice him. The Lord is looking who will entice Ahab into attacking Ramoth Gilead and going to his death there. This is the vision that the prophet Micaiah saw, right? And the spirit says, I will entice him. By what means, the Lord asked, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouths of all his prophets. You will succeed in enticing him, said the Lord. Go and do it. Here we see that the man said that he would resort to lying in order to entice Ahab, and God supported the idea and told him to go ahead and do it. All right, that's some commentary from a site that I was reading. So this causes issues, right? And I've heard actually other fellow Christians having issues with this. Like, okay, so God used a spirit. Now, what spirit? Darth's just assuming they're demons. It doesn't say anything that they're demons. The story does kind of work almost like it's Satan and Job, but doesn't say demons.
I could also grant, which I don't have to, but I could, that the dream sequence is what took place when God said, "Who will go out?"
Not a dream sequence. Darth's now being dismissive of prophecy from the Lord that he believes in. This is a vision that an actual prophet of the Lord had according to special revelation. And he's calling it a dream sequence, like he's talking about a movie.
And deceive the king. Okay? God is now permitting these evil demons who have a deceptive nature.
Doesn't say evil demons, doesn't say they have a deceptive nature. If they have a deceptive nature, in context to the passage, so does the Lord, who's asking them to do this for him.
To do their dirty work, okay, as a form of...
Do their dirty work? Do his dirty work. He wants Ahab dead. The Spirit's volunteering to do the job.
Of judgment. Okay? So this is not God himself actively deceiving or exuding falsehood. The Bible makes it very clear God is not a man that he can lie. God cannot lie.
That's in Titus, a New Testament book. That's a forgery. It's not written by Paul. Most Christians think it is. But here, that's not apparent. If God can't lie, he doesn't have a problem bending that rule and working with spirits that can to get what he wants done.
First Titus, it's impossible for God to lie. Why? Because he has...
Big deal. He can use deceit by proxy.
All great-making properties. Right?
That was a great answer to that question.
So Da Vinci kisses his ass. That's a great answer. And then Darth drops the whole, well, he can't lie because he's made up of all great-making properties. That's interesting. See, in the theological discussion, he's talking to Rainey, and they find out later that Rainey is a Muslim. When he's getting into his theological bent, God has these great-making properties. The interesting thing, though, is I'm not exactly sure, based on how Darth rationalizes this stuff, kind of like some of the stuff I've been talking about for most of his videos, whether he thinks that those are essential properties or accidental intrinsic properties or what. He's not very clear on that.
In Isaiah 37 to 6.
What verse?
Sorry, one second. Let me fix my mic. So I pulled up the verse in the Theist experience, if you guys want to also read it. It talks about...
I'm not looking at it. I'm looking at another screen. Can you give me the reference?
Yeah, Isaiah 37, verse 6 to 7.
Whoa. What book?
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
What chapter?
37, verse 6 to 7.
You want me to read it? This is what you shall say to your master. This is what the Lord says. Do not be afraid because of the words that you have heard with which the servants of the king of Assyria have blasphemed me. Behold, I am going to put a spirit in him so that he will hear the news and return to his own land. And I will make him fall by the sword in his own land.
Yeah, that's not God actively deceiving. Okay.
What do you mean by actively deceiving?
It is not God who himself who...
Notice the adverb. It's not God actively deceiving. No, he's just passively deceiving or deceiving by proxy.
Was exuding falsehood. God, being the sovereign Lord, can permit demonic entities to deceive people. Satan is described as the father.
God won't murder. God likes murderers. He'll put a hit out on you, but he's not responsible for your death. That was the hitman he employed.
Of lies, a murderer and the father of lies, and his demons do his dirty work for him.
Okay, so the demons are doing Satan's dirty work. So Satan's working for God?
So God in his providence and sovereignty can withhold his protective grace, allowing demons to deceive certain people. Okay?
But that's not what happened in the vision. A spirit, not identified as a demon, volunteers to take on the task of enticing Ahab to go to war, a war in which he will die, which is what the Lord wants. He wants King Ahab to die in battle.
It doesn't explain it.
And then this one in Isaiah, it's sort of a similar thing. The idea of he's putting an evil spirit there to bewilder a guy, give him a fake impression. Okay, for what purpose? Again, that this guy will return to his homeland and die by the sword. Darth leaves that emphasis off.
in this passage, it doesn't tell us how this comes about.
Well, it says, I'm going to put a spirit in him. Isn't this reference meaning?
Which
How does God go and put spirits in people? I mean, I know how I do it. I open the bottle, I pour it into a cup.
Which verse?
The same one he just read.
All right, let me just switch translations
Verse
here.
7, verse 7. Behold, I am going to put a spirit in him so that he will hear the news and return to his own land.
Yeah, I'm going to put a spirit with him so that he will put a spirit in him so that he will hear a rumor and return to his own land. Okay. I mean, there's a number of explanations for this. This could be an actual God withholding his protective grace.
Again, it's not I myself. What he says, I myself will put a spirit in him so that he shall hear a rumor and return to his own land. I will cause him to fall by the sword in his own land. That's the rest of that verse. So he is using a spirit to convince a person to return to his homeland so that person will die.
Where a demonic spirit comes to him and deceives him, or it could mean that God puts in him a desire to want to go back to his homeland. He'll hear a rumor, and then combined with his desire and a rumor that he hears, he goes back to the land. This isn't necessarily deception.
It is.
Are you a Muslim?
It doesn't even say the rumor is false.
Yeah. Are you a Muslim, young lady? What's her username?
Rainy.
It's Rainy again.
Rainy, are you a Muslim? See, notice dead silence now.
Sorry, I thought I was unmuted. I was speaking. Yes.
She was muted, but Darth so badly wanted it to be a situation where she ran so he could crow about another one flees before the mighty ding dong.
Okay, well, I don't know why you would worry about that, because in the Quran it says repeatedly Allah is the greatest of all deceivers. And in fact, this is so...
Notice what he's doing now. So he's bringing up this little chestnut. Well, I'm just going to play this straight through because this is interesting. The claim that he's making is that, the Quran says that Allah is the greatest of deceivers.
Disturbing to Muslim translators, they misrepresent the Arabic in the English.
Look,
who was it? Hey, Rainy, who was directly responsible?
Can I not answer what you said? Are you going to overtalk me again?
Okay, listen. Okay, are you aware that these verses in the Arabic mean to scheme, to deceive?
Why are you directing the focus?
I'm waiting for an answer. You're not answering.
Yeah, I'm waiting for an answer as well.
Yeah, you better give me one soon, or we're going to be done with you.
Yeah, I can't have a conversation with you. You're just...
Notice what's happened. So he's flipped it around. Now he wants to know why she's disturbed by a God that will deceive in the Old Testament. When he then accuses her, like, oh, okay, well, well, what do you care? The Quran says that your God's a deceiver too. And that Arabic translators and scholars are so disturbed by it that they had to misrepresent the Arabic language in order to save this particular passage. That's not entirely the case. And I'll explain that in a little bit.
Right. Okay, here we go, folks. This is the old tapping out. I don't want to answer the question, so I'm going to ask.
Right, she's tapping out. He spent this entire time tap dancing around allegations like, it's not deception. It's not active deception. I don't see how that's deception. That's just demons and Satan at play, and God is simply withdrawing his protective cloak or whatever. It's not like he wanted that stuff to happen, even though these passages in Special Revelation actually say he wants those things to happen. But now Darth, for some reason, has to get into this idea, well, if God is just removing his protective... Okay, well, if by doing that, it allows an evil to get in and kill him, isn't he allowing them to die? Now, he could just do that. Why doesn't the story say that? That's not what the story says. He's putting spirits in people to give them an idea to, like in the case of Isaiah, to return to your homeland, where you will fall by the sword. But in her case... But then he switches it over, and his standard for something like the Quran says that Allah is the greatest deceiver. It's written right there in black and white in English. No arguing that, right? Now he mentions that scholars wrestled with the translation of this. It's not entirely the case. A lot of people that, especially kind of more conservative Christians that desperately need to, feel the need to convert Muslims into Christianity, say, well, this word in your language means this. Most of these people, if they're fluent in Arabic, know what the word means. It can mean deceiver. It can also mean planner or schemer. It doesn't always have a negative connotation. I don't know if this is entirely true or not, but this is a popular apologetic that Muslim apologists will use. Does Darth accept that? Absolutely not. He has an apologetic, in defense of his religion and and to go on the offense against another religion, and he's not going to listen to Rainey say anything about it, even though he's deliberately now attacking her religion, so he doesn't have to listen to her ask questions about his.
Act like I'm disgruntled, okay?
You're not treating me like a human
all
being.
right, Rainey, hit the road.
You're like a slave and everyone else. That's what you're doing.
No, I'm not doing anything. I gave you more than plenty of opportunity to respond, okay?
We're supposed to have a dialogue. No, you're not supposed
to.
Rainey,
listen, I have given you multiple opportunities to respond to me. You're not doing, okay. Go. This is a little game that they play. I keep on begging and pleading with her to respond. Oh, but you're not letting me respond. Go pound.
Yeah, you weren't. You didn't give her a response. You shifted the entire point of the conversation over there and then demanded she provide you answers. And she wasn't done.
You're just another lying Muslim, okay?
Another lying Muslim?
I don't think she was being disrespectful.
She wasn't. You asked her a question, and then she asked.
But you guys are too
immediately.
Yeah, stop white knighting. Stop white knighting.
I'm not white knighting.
Rainey.
He's not white knighting. He's stating a fact. Like, she wasn't being disrespectful.
Okay, you are white knighting. Stop lying. She was prevaricating. She was not
prevaricating. So when you take when you're talking about these passages in the Old Testament that cause her concern, once you get to a point where you've bleated out all your preachings, you remember a perceived weakness from your perspective, that she's a Muslim, and then twist things around to attack her point of view before you've even settled the discussion you started with her. And this was a discussion she began with another Discord user. He inserted himself into this thing from the beginning. He was rude to her, and he was rude to Da Vinci, even though Da Vinci is too big a simp to mind.
Answering. I asked her several times, and every time when I shut up, there was dead air. Then she goes, "But you're not allowing me to speak," and I'm sitting there being quiet. Okay, she was doing a dog and pony show.
Yeah,
by the way, I've dealt with Rainey before, sir.
Yeah,
this is her usual shtick.
Yeah, and this is it. They want to attack Christianity, but they can't defend Islam.
You think I have?
Was she given an opportunity to defend Islam? She was insisting on Darth providing an answer to her last question before moving on to her defending her own. And he kicked her because he didn't want, I don't think he wanted to deal with that. He disregarded the fact, well, is she a Muslim apologist? She might very well be. She might even be a pretty good one. We don't know.
Haven't dealt with her before? She's a known entity. She's pulled this before.
I don't like it. A known entity. It's a known troll.
She's pulled this before. What? She's asked questions before? Like, is everything a fucking stunt and a game to this guy? Like, I think that he's projecting onto everybody at this point. Like, I know that he's using people's voices that he hears on social media as a source of entertainment. But there are some people that are listening to him that are genuinely intrigued by what he has to say for some reason. I'm intrigued by what he has to say only because it's like watching somebody get 99% of everything wrong. But even not Fox here. This guy believes that Darth is just super great, one of the best people to argue about Christianity. I don't know that he's entirely wrong. Darth's certainly argumentative about Christianity. Is he right? No. Well, that's not entirely fair. Sometimes he is. Sometimes his theology is accurate. But then you just have to wait 48 hours or so, and then you'll get another spin.
Darth. She is a known troll as well. Rainey came in the beginning complaining about my conduct, as if I won't answer questions and stuff like that, even though I've talked to her about this exact subject before.
Rainey is not the only person to complain about that guy's conduct.
As well.
What some of these people do is they want to come in, they want to throw stones at the Bible, right? But then when we confront them, right, then they dodge They prevaricate, they obfuscate, and then when we confront them about prevaricating, they're saying, "You're not letting me answer."
They dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Yeah, and then so what do? You huck a rock back at their religion and then kick them and then talk about them behind their back. When now they don't have the ability to say anything in their defense, so you're just going to run like you. This is just his constant tactic. Like, I'm going to dismiss this person and then go off and virtue signal to all my little cronies over here about what a badass I am and how I just completely rhetorically stomped this person. Like, no, you didn't. All you did was use a mute and a banhammer on them, and now you're puffing up your chest pretending like you won at something. You didn't.
This is a little game that people play, okay? Right?
Agreed. This is a game that you are playing.
It's tap out of the conversation because you no longer want to continue on the topic, but pretend like you're being mistreated, right? By the way, did you get that, Tom Rabbit? Hey, Tom!
So that's that. The weird thing about that is that when somebody brings up any of these verses, and they're brought up by Muslim apologists quite frequently, there are examples. There's more than a couple of these. There's quite a few examples in the Bible of what seems like obvious deception. One of them, one of my favorite ones, because it's kind of subtle. It's from the book of Exodus. It's when the women are told to, quote, borrow of their neighbor articles of silver, articles of gold, and clothing, and you will put them on your sons and on your daughters, basically laden down your kids with clothes and jewelry and stuff, and in this way you will plunder the Egyptians. This is a commandment from God to steal from these people. Now, in some cases, somebody could be like, well, hey, you know what? They're stealing from their captors, these people that mistreated them for generations and whatever. Okay, that's fine. Just remember that sometimes, maybe not Jesus, but Yahweh's morality could be a little bit flexible. Another good one would be, let's see. Obviously, this is the one from 2 Kings is a little bit touchy, but since it involves prophecy, it gets even weirder still. 1 Samuel 16, 1-3. The Lord said to Samuel, how long will you mourn for Saul, since I have rejected him as king over Israel? Fill your horn with oil and be on your way. I am sending you to Jesse at Bethlehem. I have chosen one of his sons to be king. Spoiler alert. It's David. But Samuel said, how can I go? If Saul hears about it, he will kill me. Was it David? Yeah, David was the son of Jesse. No, maybe not. Anyway, Samuel said, how can I go? If Saul hears about it, he will kill me. The Lord said, take a heifer with you and say, I have come to sacrifice to the Lord. Invite Jesse to the sacrifice, and I will show you what to do. You are to anoint for me the one I indicate. So here, God basically lets Samuel know, well, it's very easy to escape Saul's wrath. Lie to him. Okay, and then Jesus deceive his brothers. This one's from John. This one's interesting because I hadn't seen this commentary before, so I'm kind of interested to get into this. It's from John chapter 7, verses 8-10. Go to the feast yourselves. I am not going up to this feast, for my time has not yet fully come. So saying, he remained in Galilee. But after his brothers had gone up to the feast, then he also went up, not publicly, but in private. There actually are some things where in certain translations it says he's not going up to the feast, and then the word yet is inserted in there to sort of get him out of there. There's several different commentaries on this. Actually, Cambridge Bible for Schools and Colleges. Go ye up into this feast. Yet is emphatic. This is wanting in authority. We should read, go ye up into the feast. I go not up yet. Though very ancient, it's possibly not part of the original text. It may have been inserted to avoid the charge of the heathen critic Porphyry that Jesus here shows fickleness or deceit and therefore cannot be divine. And this was a little controversy that the early church had to deal with. And those are just a few of those Old Testament things that certain Muslim critics will bring up. And there's a laundry list of others that, on the other side that critics will bring up about Islam, that like the deceiver one. The deceiver one is really interesting because it's basically a word that word mocker is the one that Christians basically insist native Arabic speakers are getting wrong which I think is a really weird position to take. Like, if you're not a native speaker, how are you telling them that this word can't mean the things they claim it means because you know better? You basically having to be reading a lot of different scholarly works on both sides of this issue, and you have to get through an enormous amount of crap from theologians who are convinced that this is obviously Islam is the work of the devil, and that this is all meant to deceive people. So. Anyway, other than that, I think that's pretty much it for this one. I'm probably going to wrap it up unless anyone would like to come in. I can post the link here if anyone would like to join. Let's see. And that. But yeah, that one was pretty quick, and there wasn't too much new there. But I thought, like, Darth's inability to kind of recognize that he's using the kind of criticism against Islam that he hates skeptics for. Hello, Simus.
Hello.
Hello, Midnight.
Hello. So I don't know. So I don't know if you saw my.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Jeff, I don't know if you saw my comment, but I honestly think you have a Darth Dawkins problem because you just keep reviewing him on and on and on. Like I'm not knocking you. I'm just teasing you that
Wow.
he seems to be.
If Jeff has a problem, just think what Tom Rabbit's got. Anyway, what I found really funny about that video was where he says he was explaining to what's the other guy? I can't remember his name. He said, "I left lots of time and clear space for her to respond, but she didn't."
Yeah.
There was none of that. He never left a moment's breath.
Yeah.
To actually for her to be able to go, but I, and then interrupted. So he never asked and then left space for her to be able to answer.
No,
that is a factual lie. But you get used to it with this guy, I suppose.
I think he gets excited. He's in the moment. And he's like, "I let her answer." I'm like, "You don't remember just 30 seconds ago you jumping, stomping on every word she tried to get out and then kicking her? Like That's weird. Like it just happened." I'm telling you, the guys, he's ready for the home. He's ready for a home.
Oh, that's Los Angeles now gone to a two-quoque fallacy. Interesting. Anyway,
oh God, is Potential going to join?
I don't think so, no. But he might do. You never know. So one of the things I've kind of come to realize, I mean, over the years of listening to Darth Dawkins, his argument has got better in that he's been able to refine it and come to the point where it's harder to refute than it used to be, but that doesn't mean it can't be refuted, of course. But at the same time he's been doing that, it's more a question of he's become better at cutting people off and not allowing them to get the particular jabs in that they need in order to start a refutation.
And that'll probably end up biting him later, because I mean, part of the reason that I think he got better at it was because when he was on things like Google Plus and Pal Talk and stuff like that early on, that sort of like kind of honed it. If you go back and watch some of those earlier ones, there are people who are like, "Oh yeah, he wasn't quite in the same mode. Now he's basically kind of in an autopilot. He's got like an answer for everything. Nobody's really been able to throw a curveball at him because he's just been doing this for so long." But well, unless you count that one guy from a couple years ago that threw diletheism at him, and that's
surprisingly he can learn.
Well, I don't think it's that, Jeff, because all he does now is cut you off, and he has that one question that he likes to ask. So he's just better at redirecting now.
The one question that's 3. He did that. I noticed the firing squad one that I was playing. He did that to several people. He'd be like, "God doesn't exist because," and then it'd be like, "Why are you an atheist?" And then and he's like, "What? Why don't you believe in God?" Like those are two completely different questions, my man. Like if you think they're the same question, then you're not paying attention. Like, and he doesn't care. He just wants like, "I want you to give me some piece of red meat about how there isn't a God, or you don't believe in him, or you're not convinced, and then I'm just gonna beat you over the head with this script."
Yeah.
And yeah. How
mean,
it still
that's-
entertains him is beyond me. I don't.
Well, it doesn't, but he thinks he's refuting atheists in the process, and therefore doing God's work, presumably. But I would just say that the no neutrality point that Greg Bonson makes, which is where he gets the point about nobody can be on the fence because it's a proposition. You know, it's a fair point, but it can be answered. But obviously, in order to do that, you need to take some time, unpack some metaphysics, and then show why it doesn't agree with all metaphysics. And obviously, he's not prepared to do that, of course. So
yeah, when you get into a situation, somebody asked a comment posted a comment on my last video and said something. Well, what would he say in terms of, if you were to bring up something issues with comparative religion? And I was like, well, he had a conversation with Dr. Bowen and asked him like, what was it that started to change your mind? Why did you become an atheist? And he recounted the fact that when he went to Johns Hopkins and started his PhD program, he started studying all these comparative religions from the same area of the world, and they all have a lot of similarities and some differences, but they all seem to be culturally linked. And so the Bible and all of its kind of the cultural importance of it for cultural Christians in the Western world, it's like, this doesn't seem all that significant because a lot of the stuff came from other Near Eastern cultures. And so that kind of woke him up to that. And then what does Dede do? Well, that's a genetic fallacy because these people are wrong about some religions. It follows that the Hebrews are wrong. Like, I don't think that's what he was doing there, pal. But
well, I mean, that's a win for Josh, because what that means is Darth is foregoing the truth of Christianity in order to try to prove the truth, or to say that Josh hasn't been able to refute a deist God.
Yeah,
which is enough. Oh, okay, that's fine then. So Christianity is false. I'm glad we can agree on that, Darth.
Yeah, and I mean, he gets into that kind of dangerous territory when he's trying to tell people, like, well, I'm just trying to get you to this is a non-controversial, minimal definition of God. It's like, well, now he's telling Rainey, like, well, the God of the Bible has all great making properties, and as an extension of that, he cannot lie. Okay, well, that must be necessary. That necessarily must be the case. Is this thing capable of understanding the withholding of truth, of deceit? Mm-hmm. All facts are contingent upon this being, and this being can't lie. So there's a fact in the world, deception, that seems to come from nowhere. You can't account for it now.
Yeah. But again, you see, the further down the Christianity side you go, then you're going to be able to give some explanation. All right, but of course, the more you go down that road, the more falsifiable your God becomes.
Yeah,
right, and that's exactly what you're saying. He's treading that dangerous ground between the two, right? So, and he wants it both ways. He wants you to disprove deism, and he doesn't want to prove Christianity.
And I think if anybody has gotten to a point where, like, if they've gotten into a conversation where he's been like, I want to do this minimal definition thing with you, where I want you to acknowledge that the only worldview possible is that there's an absolute foundation, a source of all possibility and impossibility. I want you to concede that. And they're like, okay, now tell me what in your worldview that is. I don't know what it is. And then he'll call him a liar. It doesn't follow that if they acknowledge that thing might be necessary in their worldview, that they also must know what it is. You say in your worldview that thing is foundational and revelatory, but you didn't tell that person that the revelatory aspect of it was necessary until they said they didn't know it. Then all of a sudden it's like, no. There's something absolutely necessary, foundational, source of all possibility and impossibility that told you so.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. But that was the brilliance of the Anstrike sort of coming up with the argument against him using his own logic, right? And saying, well, I haven't had a revelation, so therefore God is false. Yeah. If you have had a revelation and you think God is true, I haven't had one, so it must be false.
Yeah.
Right? And that's a brilliant counter argument as far as I can see, and certainly disputes the theistic one. But I mean, on top of that, right, when he gives the spiel about absolutes, what would you say about possibility and impossibility? Can you repeat the phrase, because you had it exact?
Yeah, the source of possibility and impossibility.
All possibility and impossibility. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that source, right? If it's the source of all possibility, it must be possible that it's not the source of all possibility. So the very fucking sentence itself is contradictory.
Yeah.
Right, and it's
Well,
like it's self-referential in that.
Hey, Jeff! Don't look now, but you have a Dutchman in your stream.
The Flying Dutchman is here. I
Yes.
apologize if that's an insulting reference.
Hey, everybody get the dope out! Everybody quick!
I had to come here because I was talking with someone about demons, and I need a dose of sanity.
Sanity.
Wait, hold on. Were you talking to Martin about demons? Because
Yeah.
that's literally the only person I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, and we were talking about peer review, and then he said there's a lot wrong with peer review, and then linked us to a YouTube video to which I complained, and then asked him for a scientific paper, and then he got a scientific paper from the description of that particular video, talking about how peer review works.
There are
kidding.
some issues. There are some issues with peer review, but you shouldn't throw out the baby with the bathwater.
I'm not even kidding. I had an Otangelo moment when that happened. He literally gave us evidence, and the evidence said the exact opposite of what he was claiming.
Oh my goodness, I love that kind of shit. They don't realize they're doing it. They just don't realize they're doing it.
No. Well,
Like, same with Darth as well.
Yep.
Otangelo should know, because that's been pointed out to him so many times that every single time he links something, it will pretty much say the opposite of what he's saying.
Well, I've asked him the same question on a fine tuning. I've asked him the same question 3 times. The first time he rage quit. The second time he gave me a false answer, and the third time he said he didn't understand the question.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why. Now that's what I call progress.
Yeah. At least you got to the real answer.
Yeah, exactly. So no, give him credit where credit is due. That's what I'm saying. And you know, I like talking to him because he brings up some interesting points. But you know,
I'm lying. I'm lying.
You what?
I'm lying.
What do you mean you're lying?
Otangelo said in the chat, Peter is also lying.
Oh yeah, well, of course he would be. You're an atheist, yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot. By the way, Otangelo, great shit show last night.
Oh yeah,
Where?
Superb.
Yeah.
Where was the shit show? I'm always game to watch the shit show.
On Otangelo's channel.
Oh, I missed it.
Our good friend Little PP joined, and then the conversation pretty much derailed, got into a shit show until actually the guest that Otangelo had on left because he didn't want to talk to Little PP anymore, which is to be expected, actually.
Wait, so Otangelo and LPP don't get along?
No. Otangelo thought it was fine, I guess.
Hey, we got a troll. We got a troll in the chat.
Oh,
hello. Nobody time him out now. But Clyde Barker. So basically, all of you lost to Darth in a debate and are now obsessed with him. Well, actually, he's rage quit from 3 debates that I've had with me. So I don't think I've lost to him.
I'm pretty sure you're probably in the Hall of Fame of trolls.
I am. Yes, he does. He won't even read my name without coughing.
I have it on.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
On good authority, namely Darth, that he has a lot of notes about me because he keeps notes.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I actually got him. I actually got him.
Talk about Little PP.
Hang on. I actually got him.
Have you went to the bathroom, Vermania?
I actually got him kicked off. There you go. I actually got him kicked off a Christian channel once.
Fuck you.
That's how horrible his argument was.
Yeah.
Even other Christians went, "Fuck, man."
I was gonna say, Darth's gotten himself kicked off of plenty of Christian channels, so I don't know that's necessarily a big accomplishment, but yeah, he's.
I don't know.
I will grant us.
Not for debating atheists.
Here you are obsessing about him rent free in your head. So who really won? I want to remind you, Clyde, that Darth hates a white knight, so you need to quit doing that.
Yes. Stop white knighting. I saw that in the video today. Stop white knighting.
That's why my. Well, I don't know if it actually came through or not. Then.
Oh dear.
Hey, hey, Peter, play what we're. It's not that Darth resides in our head rent free. You've got a soundbite of what he said about us.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll have to get it now. No. Oh damn! You're gonna make me work. That's the second time this week, Jay, that you're gonna make me work.
Tangela, if you're trying to
last time you ran from a conversation and said, "I'll let Peter beat this guy up."
well, you kept over talking me anyway, so I figured you're already on a roll.
Yeah, it was on my channel too, I think, right?
Yeah,
that's my job.
Darth is loved in the Christian community.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You know what? I'm not gonna comment it to what just happened. Hello, Angelo.
Yeah, of course. MK really loved him back in the day.
Oh, speaking of MK, he's an atheist now.
He's not an atheist, Midnight. No, you're wrong.
Wait, Otangelo, didn't you say you didn't engage me anymore?
I feel like I need an accent to be in this stream.
When I spoke to him last, which was a few weeks
He's actually
back,
not going to engage me anymore.
I mean, he was on Smokey's channel saying he was an
said he
atheist.
wasn't going to engage me.
Well, he
anymore,
said he was
too,
an agnostic to me.
Oh, well, then I guess he's the.
I have it in text.
Angelo, who are you here to speak with?
No, when I see people blatantly lying about me, then I will actually.
Okay. What was the lie told, please?
Defend. Well, I quoted precisely what that science paper said, and not only people lied about what I said actually, but also Speed.
Yeah.
And you can go, Peter, to tell him that he was blatantly.
Hold on, Otangelo. Okay. You don't want to engage with me anymore, but you want me to be your pigeon, your postmaster. You can go to Speed. I mean, the fact that you don't want to go there because Speed played a song and that hurt your fifis, that's not my problem. That is your problem. The link is there every single time he does a show, so you can go over there and you can talk to him like a real big boy, like someone who actually is grown up, is an adult, and doesn't need anyone else to convey their messages for them because they're afraid of a song.
He's got some fans in the live chat, by the way.
Yeah, you are right, Peter. It's not necessary. I know that Speed will see this stream and then he will listen what I have to say.
There you go.
And he won't respond to it because he will wait until you talk to him in person.
And that is Speed for sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if he will respond to it or not. I'm here publicly defending myself from these atrocious lies which you guys
atrocious.
Atrocious.
Okay.
Well, I mean, maybe people are quoting you out of context or something, Angelo.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think I know why you joined, Otangelo.
I love to be spanked by you there.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Okay. Can we not drive? Can we not drive?
And we may get someone to watch and think.
I love hearing you squeal, Otangelo. You know.
We all already know that you are a 15-year-old trapped in an adult.
No, I just like having fun, Otangelo.
No, that is true.
I've got a sense of humor, and some people don't have that.
Oh my God,
Peter, that is true, Peter.
I mean,
it is true. But
right, Angelo makes a good point. Right? Don't chop him down when he makes good points. Just because he doesn't make them often, I think which means we should stand up and say, that is a good point.
Can someone get this ugly fucker off my screen, please?
Yeah, sorry, I am an.
I will put this out there. So if J.L. Warren does want to join, I need somebody to. Okay, I was going to say I need somebody to.
If you really want to have some fun, go to Jefferson's Patchcock's YouTube channel.
Okay, and we got Bruce as well. So Bruce, you made some claims. Do you want to address the claims that you made in the side chat or not?
Can you drop out now? Somebody else's. Well, this actually could be Clyde Barber.
Wait, you need somebody to drop out.
Wait, hold on a sec. Do you want me to drop out? Because I usually just stay quiet during these things anyway.
We always want you to drop out.
That's very cruel. Yeah, I just got the thing that popped up saying somebody's trying to come in, but
Just
mine's
remember he's
limited
15,
to 10.
Midnight. Just remember he's 15.
Midnight. You know you don't ask questions like that when I'm in the room, right?
So do what you got to do, and then
You know what? I'm just gonna leave. Peter, fuck you. Okay, you're a dirty Dutchman. You go fuck yourself. Okay, I will change my name whenever the fuck I want, and you can't do anything about it. Bye.
Bye, Midnight.
He doesn't want you doing that, Midnight, because you confuse his old ass.
Right. So Bruce, you made a couple of claims. Did you come in to address those claims, or
Hang on,
by the by?
Let me say, I do want to say thank you, Midnight, for making space. Whoever, there is one space left for anybody that wants to join. Go ahead, Bruce.
Can I ask? You're asking about a claim that I made.
Yeah. Did you come in to address that or not? I mean, if you didn't, then fair enough. We don't have to go down that road.
Well, you mean like the claim when I was being a screwball in the side chat?
Okay.
He was being facetious.
Okay, no problem, Bruce. No problem.
I'd like to. I don't want to apply that to Atangelo, but hello, Atangelo.
I'm eating. Oh, hello.
I remember you joined my chat one time.
If you're eating, you should probably make room for others, D'Angelo.
Oh wow!
If you're taking up a spot and you're chewing, this is not an ASMR thing where we're going to listen to each other eat various
I'm
foods.
going to sit here and I'm going to catch up on my shows.
Okay, yeah, you do that. Oh, and don't mute. Just let them play right through.
Yeah, please.
We're gonna hear in the background. You goddamn right.
So, Jefferson, is there someone in the background? You said this guy might be coming in.
There was, but I think I don't know if they gave up or what. I saw it pop up and then it went away, and then Midnight was nice enough to give up a space, and now I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anybody pop up.
Yeah,
so.
I don't think he'd be brave enough to come in, to be fair.
Antangelo, is there anything else you wanted to say to the room or to someone at all?
He's eating.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. JL Warren also was lying about me in the side chat, claiming that I was in favor of Nazism and slavery. No.
Yeah, I was kind of curious to hear what he had to say about that. I asked him to come in. I don't know. He might be. I think he's away from his computer, so he might not be able to join. Which is fine.
Okay. Okay. Let's just get the response. Let's get the response, please. Oh, for fuck's sake! Okay, no, I have to correct Antangelo here. He's a 13-year-old in a man's body. Go ahead, Antangelo.
I am.
Peter, I am authorizing you to play the Benny Hill song. There is no problem. Okay, you can play it as much as you want.
Can we get back to the fucking discussion, please?
You know what? Antangelo, I'll give you credit.
Okay.
Accuracy,
that's
It was ruined. I ruined it, so now I'm keeping you muted.
I thought it was funnier to mute him than it was
For the sake of accuracy, we should call it what it is. It's called Yakety Sax.
No, Peter, why don't you play the entire
Jefferson
song?
and his brother Jay are trolls. I've dealt with them before.
Yeah, that is true as well. Okay.
So,
I want to say I'm a modern troll. I don't live under a bridge. I live under an overpass.
Yeah, get it right, double D's.
Hey, you guys want to hear something funny? I was over on the Reformation channel, and so on Discord, I go by Jay Patchcock, and so I go into the Reformation server, and it has my name down as inappropriate name.
Yeah, it does that to me, or at least it did that to me before they banned me.
Yeah, they think Patchcock is inappropriate. I'm like, what a bunch of snowflakes.
That is offensive to consider your name offensive.
Well, yeah, it's like, okay, it's either it does have the word cock in it.
Penis in it. It has penis in it.
It's not like it's space penis.
Well, but I mean, it's like none of them have ever. They're like, yeah, it's a bad word. It's bad because it has that word at the end. And I said,
right.
I said it's a fucking process.
Not a fucking penis.
It's not an actual cock of any kind. It's a process.
It's
I
a
don't know if you
process,
guys know
and you
what
know what it
spatch
is.
means in Sumerian, but it's really dirty. So I think that's the problem. It's
I'm
the
here
spatch.
to learn, baby.
Spatchcock is what happens when you take a duck or a chicken and you turn it into a penis.
My God, I was not ready. I thought I was.
I thought that was turducken, Jeff.
No, that's something else. That's
That's
when
ducking me right now.
That's when somebody decided to play Human Centipede with several animals, and it went too far.
A turducken is what happens when somebody wants a Hellraiser theme for the holidays.
Jefferson, I order you to go out into nature and to watch nice plants.
Okay.
Is that a? Never mind.
Do you think I need to calm down?
It's a plant.
Oh shit!
Get
you
your head out of the gutter. It's a plant.
Flag, dude.
It is
I
a
didn't say
plant.
it didn't look like a dick, but I mean, it's called a pitcher plant.
Nature's
Oh, is
dirty.
that for real? I thought you photoshopped that. That's
No,
for real.
that's
No. See, this is my problem. People think that everything I do is Photoshop.
That's not your problem, Peter. Let me just say that.
Yeah. Rub it in. Why don't you, Simon?
No, don't say
Peter,
rub.
Peter.
Don't say rub with that picture up.
Peter, while you're at it, throw up a
Roll
gooey-
with it. I mean, roll with it.
real quick. While you're at it, Peter, why don't you throw up a picture of a gooey duck? Just do it.
Of a gooey duck.
A gooey duck.
I made a far more serious picture because one of the people who likes to engage with Jefferson is in a really bad mindset right now, and so we all have to, I think, pray for him because yeah, I think this says it.
He was unfriended by Praise.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
No,
that's
not
not
the
the
bad
worst.
part.
That's
That's not the bad part.
not the bad part. The part just above it.
Just zoom in if you can.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Terrible. This is
shit.
terrible.
He has literally told Praise that he's going to commit suicide if Praise doesn't become friends with him anymore. I mean, that is so sad. I mean,
Wait, I thought this was a while
Who
back.
said
I didn't
this?
know this was any new news.
Yeah. Who said this?
Did he do this again? Because I heard he did this before.
God.
I just heard that today that he made that claim, apparently quite recently.
Oh,
It's
well,
sad.
if he did it recently, then that's like the second time.
I heard about a guy who said something like that lately. Is that
Third time's a charm.
Are you sure it has something to do with Praise, or you think the guy just has a bad time?
Well, Praise friends and non-friends people all the time, so soon he will be friends again.
Praise can't.
Damn it, Otangelo, we agree on something. That
Maybe
just
there is a
happened.
Otangelo, the voice of reason. How about that?
What I think is funny is like over there on Praise's channel, Praise puts his channel up for sale. Now I'm only gonna I know some of this, but some of the details are amiss. Praise puts his 11,000 sub channel up for sale. Ryan the Presbyterian takes a bite on this. Praise is like, all right, he's gonna either give it to Ryan or sell it to Ryan the Presbyterian. Then all of a sudden, Praise comes on and he swaps channels with Ryan the Presbyterian and gives Ryan
No.
the lesser channel.
He found out his nephew actually found a way to monetize the channel.
Yeah, you have to.
So that's why he took it back.
Yes, and so he took it back. He gives Ryan the lesser channel, the 1.5K sub channel. Now, Praise has taken that one back.
Yep.
Because Ryan is a fraud, and I'm like sitting there going, and this is not a PC term anymore, but it's one that people are very familiar with. If you're especially my age or older, it's they call the more PC term is insincere giver, but it used to be called an Indian giver.
Oh, wait, don't you feel bad for Ryan though? I mean, poor guy.
I don't feel bad, but it shows more about Praise than anything. I'm like, holy fuck, dude! Don't ever make a deal with this guy ever.
But you know, Ryan, he unfortunately, about the time he makes friends, are usually the old friends that he kicked to the curb, and then he gets them again, and then he kicks them again. It's unbelievable.
So this
sad.
video has been flagged now. Thanks, Peter, for your plant picture that resembled a penis. Yes, Clyde Barber has taken the high ground and flagged it.
They're gonna get this channel flagged.
That's, I mean, because there's a couple Christians banging around in there.
Picture plant.
So we
A
can
plant that
show
eats
plants.
bugs.
So we can show plants because that is an unphotoshopped picture that comes straight from a Google search for a specific plant.
Yeah, I don't think YouTube's AI cares though.
No.
Yeah.
Not really. No.
The last time one of my streams that had Peter and Simus and myself in it got taken down for hate speech.
What did you guys say? No, don't say it here.
Not surprised.
I just can't stand Peter. I just can't stand Peter. That's all.
Yeah, I got the sound. Hold on, I got the sound bug you all are looking for.
Bad Peter.
Wait a minute. I don't know why Clyde Barber is acting like he's gonna sit here and play judge about who's the most mature. Why don't you go over to Praise's channel and check out? Look up the spatchcocks are human fecal bags. And then listen to Praise talk about listen to him say, oh yeah, it's like a colostomy bag that filters out poop.
That also goes in your butt.
Yeah. That also goes in your butt, yes.
Yeah. Praise has some weird fantasies.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Or you could go over to Rebuke and Reprove, Jesus is Lord's old channel, and become a white supremacist.
Oh, on that note, I'm leaving. You got me worked up. Have a good day. Have a good night, man. I see red fangs here. I'm going to step out so people can come in.
Jill the man.
Okay, Spooky, sit down.
Who?
Spooky. My son, Spooky.
Spooky.
I flagged the video just because you have Peter on. Well, his name is Peter. Yeah, I guess I should have.
Yeah,
named it.
it's fair enough. It's fair enough. You can't blame that.
But I don't like to blame things that sound like that when
Clyde Barber.
My name's Patchcock.
Jefferson and his brother Jay are trolls. I've dealt with them before.
Clyde Barber's killing me. Do you
Red
know it filters
Fang.
poop? No, I know it catches poop. How do you ground that knowledge? Without God, you cannot know anything. Well, I don't know. I guess those nurses that help people who have colostomy bags, they can't ground the experience in anything other than that smell.
That's an interesting take, isn't it? Right? There's the romantic one. Like when you look up into the night sky and you see the moon shining back at you, you know that the revelation of that is only from God. And when you realize the gas is emanating from the plastic bag collecting the shit out of your lower bowel that needs to be emptied, you know that it was God that revealed it to you. And without him, you would not have known that your poop bag was about to burst, filling your room with the smells of your intestines. Thank you.
Hey, where did Antangelo go? Oh wait, he's still here. Okay, never mind.
He's here.
I was like, "Who's this dog with the sunglasses?"
But
if you wear sunglasses in your avatar, you're stupid.
Clyde.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
But what?
I wouldn't have laughed if I hadn't actually, like, as soon as you said that, looked right back at your avatar, Germania. I'm like, wait a minute.
Something's fishy here.
The best avatar here, I think, is AJ's because he's got woo.
Swingen.
Fucking woo.
He looks just like my friend. I have a friend who looks exactly like that. It scared me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was about to say, "Oh shit, somebody knows me here in real life." I was like, "Fuck."
Recognize me? Like, oh damn! Don't feed me to pigs.
I do.
Yeah. Well, hold on. When Clyde says maybe that happened today, but you can't know that will happen tomorrow. But if I believe in your God, can God reveal it in a way that I can know what will happen tomorrow? Just wondering.
Yeah, but you see, God grounds the uniformity of nature.
Oh my god, that's a good impression. Who did that?
It was Peter.
I could have sworn it was Antangelo.
It wasn't me.
Was it
Simus?
Oh, wait, is that
You are just slandering me now.
No, this was not me. This was somebody clearly impersonating me.
Simus, but your impression of Otangelo sounds a little bit like Taika Waititi from What We Do in the Shadows, his kind of German vampire character. Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
You know, he did.
I would like to have a role play.
Thor Ragnarok.
I would like to have a role play
with my butt.
So, wait, is everybody calming down? Should we get back to a conversation, or?
I was gonna say, I
gotta take off, guys. I gotta go do some work. But I see Otangelo is making your live chat his own, Jeff. So
good.
Yep.
But
But
at least
anyway.
there's a conversation going on somewhere.
Yeah, let me say this then to everyone in the live chat. Get him.
Bye, guys.
See you, Jay.
Bye. Otangelo, why are you talking in chat and not in here?
Oh, I'm hurt now. I'm ball hurt now.
Oh, okay.
Holy Brazilian balls.
Antangelo, are you snapping this stream? I mean, snapping it, not whatever the fuck I said.
Sniping it?
James Harry says Angelo sounds like a mad professor in Doctor Strangelove. Yes,
Listen.
thank you. That is closer to what I sound like. You're right.
Red Fang is my favorite person because every time he chuckles, it makes me laugh. He's always like,
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Red.
Now that I can fucking hear you.
Hey, Red Fang.
Red Fang. Hold on, let me think of something funny so you can laugh. That's scary. I'm not gonna lie. I dropped one of my balls.
Hang on, I want to try something deep here because Clyde Barber said this. One who brings up fallacy in a metaphysics debate has already lost. Let me see if I can beat that. One who steps 1 foot into a river can never step into the same river again.
Oh, you can never step into the same river twice.
Yeah.
They all beautiful.
Hey, Jefferson,
Give a man
if you want to, you can highlight Antangelo's little question or statement here. Because being cannot come from non-being or non-existence, there you go, nor can there be an infinite series of events in the past. The universe had a beginning, therefore it calls God.
Who in here has not heard that fucking horse shit before?
Oh, I've heard it like 1,000 times at least.
I'm not well read.
Antangelo, do you care to explain what you mean? Like, explain it to me like
really?
I'm 5.
Please don't explain it.
Oh no, trust me, I've heard it a bazillion times at least, maybe more.
Okay,
Wow.
so we can
Brazilian.
Hold
on. What did you say, Germania? A Brazilian times?
Yeah, I may have said
Peter.
that.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus,
Wow.
Peter. Jesus, hold my Peter.
Joseph, and Mary. God damn it.
I may have misheard. I thought
No, you didn't. That's the sad part. You didn't mishear. Antangelo, are you there?
Yeah.
I'm not blaming him for not talking, by the way. I think that's the most sensible thing anybody in this hangout is doing right
I'll
now.
give you that.
With you fucking guys giggling like a bunch of... Thank you. Between you...
like a bunch of coils.
Yeah.
So hang on. So AJ
I was
did
actually going to
he-
say something different, but go ahead.
But so I think Simus has a question, but AJ said he had as a Darth question. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, I do have a Darth question. So I've been watching more stuff, and I remember occasionally seeing somebody sort of go down this route, but I'm wondering why more people allow Darth to do his whole pre-supper shtick, because he'll spend anywhere from 10 minutes to hours trying to convince you that your worldview is incoherent. Well,
shut up, you double glazing salesman.
So it's clearly incoherent from Darth's worldview. We know that Darth's worldview says that everyone else's worldview is incoherent. So, like, okay, let's skip all that. I know that you think my worldview is incoherent. Why should I care what your worldview says about mine. Like, why is this?
You know you're bullshitting. I know you're bullshitting, and everyone else in the room knows you're bullshitting.
I would always respond. I would respond with like, no, that's not how presuppositional apologetics works. My worldview can't, by definition, be incoherent because I'm borrowing from yours.
So I'm not going to believe in God anymore.
Other religions, so.
I mean, if you want to believe in God anymore.
Double D's has tried to join my streams like at least twice before, and I just can't. I'm like, no, I've seen your shit 1,000 times before. I cannot take it. I'm sorry.
Who?
Double D's or Darth Dawkins.
Oh, Darth Dawkins.
I call him Double D's.
Fuck that guy.
He's a fucking miserable.
So, Germania, I have to tell you, do not ruin Double D's with me. I've suffered enough in this community. I'm just saying.
That's persecution.
The slings and arrows of one Simus Funk is what he's suffered from in this community.
Mostly.
Did the topic just change from Brazilians to Braziers?
But to be fair, Jefferson, I did make a name in this community, and
the ultimate individual, Peter.
That's my name.
Take your microphone out of your mouth. It's not a
Literally.
Literally. Are you suggesting that that you're an idiot? Is that what you're suggesting? That's my
who
little PP impression.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah, not bad.
Anyone
not
who
bad.
disagrees with little PP is who I'm talking about.
Well, it's funny
done with
you
LPP?
should say. Funny you should say that. You got anything to say to that, Johnny?
The ultimate individual, Peter. Especially now as my daughter's getting old, little old. I mean, she's 11 now, and
she could see.
I saw her last night, and I was having a conversation with her, and it was very fascinating to me how, like, I was talking to her about some different things, like what's going on in politics and whatnot, and immediately my 11-year-old daughter was being able to recognize the stupidity of what I was saying, how illogical it was, and was immediately being able to come back with counters.
That should tell you something there, little peepee.
She can
That fucking 11-year-old's telling you that you're wrong.
I wanna read this one and comment on this. So, Otangelo writes, "If there is no God, moral values are subjective. If that is so, why should someone behave in a socially acceptable range?" Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay,
Oh my God.
Jeffrey Dahmer did. Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know.
Jeffrey Dahmer, the guy who famously accepted Christ as his Lord and Savior because
After
he
he ate
watched
people.
Kent Hovind's videos.
Yeah,
This
and he was
on video.
He is confined in an environment where he can no longer engage in his temptation. Like, it's easy to avoid sin when you have an entire state apparatus preventing you from
Right.
killing and eating others. And here's the thing. Jeffrey Dahmer did behave in a socially acceptable range with the exception of murder and cannibalism. I'm sure he was capable of saying please and thank you and like accepting his mail and paying a bill here and there.
Do you think he prayed over his food before he ate it?
Probably.
It wasn't the eating; it was the.
No, you're supposed to say, do you think he prayed over his food before he ate them?
Yeah, them.
Yeah, I would think he probably didn't need to because he probably only ate Christians.
Bless this body to the nourishment of my body.
Praise Jesus, pass the gravy of
I
human
mean,
flesh.
to
Be
be
a
fair,
Dahmer
though,
apologist.
to be
As
fair,
a-
to be fair, people do eat the body of Christ, so he wasn't going far wrong from his.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
according to
thank you,
Catholics,
blood,
yeah, you are correct. Catholics are all about cannibalism.
Oh, wait. The video stopped at the bottom of the screen.
I think someone just got in a car accident.
Yeah.
A little pee-pee again?
Look in front of you, not to
Stop looking,
Stop looking at the camera.
stop looking at the phone.
No, it's okay. This cat in his avatar was actually watching the road for him, so it's totally fine.
All good. Man. All good.
Jesus.
Did anybody ever listen to the? Did anybody ever listen to the Seth Andrews podcast where he was talking about stuff that, like, for former Christians, that like things that seem normal at the time that now you look back on and they seem really weird? Did anybody catch the joke about the using the communion wafers with marshmallows and butter to make Christ crispy treats?
Oh no, man! You use marshmallows and Christ crackers and chocolate, and you make s'mores out of them. Holy s'mores!
S'mores, Jesus.
I still like Christ crispy treats myself.
Well, that's
remarkable.
That's pretty good too. That's pretty good too.
What a psycho!
Yes, you are.
Every time Peter does that, it scares me a little bit. Well, fuck, he's here.
I have had someone try to get into a conversation with my soundboard, and that lasted for at least 15 minutes.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, and please don't. Hang on a second. Please don't. Hang on a second. Please don't time out anybody, especially Angelo, even if he's posting shit.
Oh yeah, because like we've never heard none of any of his bullshit before.
Yeah, I think you could just.
I like how he's in the room, but he's not saying a damn thing. But he's going to type like.
Of course,
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
everybody's just over talking and fucking making.
I don't like people when they're rude to Tangelo.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, no. Okay. What happened to Tangelo?
Oh,
I kicked him.
I'm ball hurt now.
Oh,
I kicked him. Yeah, I kicked him to free up space. He's talking in the live chat, so he doesn't need to be in here. Fair enough. Rascal, you're next. Sorry. No offense.
Rascal needs to buy a headset.
What
Josh
you're
is here.
saying
Can we
is-
get it? Can we get it so everybody talks at the same time? Is that possible?
Yeah, we need to keep talking
Everybody
because
talk-
otherwise
everybody
Jefferson will
talk
take us.
What the hell is
No,
that?
what I was going to say, you got to get a Mr. Batman soundboard now.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I was just sitting here when you were talking about Darth Dawkins. I was sitting here thinking Mr. Batman is just about as bad as fucking DD.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah, he is.
No.
He's close.
Could you mute, Rascal? Because your mic's
Yeah,
fucked.
yeah, Rascal, you're roboting and breaking up really bad. Like the signal's very weak. We
No.
can catch like a fraction of the things that you're saying.
Mr.
Better?
No.
Better?
Do you have a headset?
No, I'm in my car. I'm on the I like sent it to my speaker, so let me just shut that off and it'll be better.
Well, we almost got a conversation going there.
Almost.
Unmask. Got to unmask too.
No, Mr. Batman's much worse than DD.
Yeah, I cringe every time anybody brings him up because I'm from the same lovely Commonwealth that he is from, and I'd like to point out that he does not represent. He's not a good representation of the lovely state of Kentucky.
Actually, is there a chance? Hey, AJ, is there a chance that you will get a bullhorn and then?
He's barely a good representative of humanity, let alone the state of Kentucky.
AJ, is there a chance that you will get a bullhorn and then we'll join him when he's street preaching and then yell back at him?
Oh, if I ever saw him, I absolutely would. 100%.
Let me point out Dr. Josh is in the chat now. Hey, Dr. Josh. Or Megan. One or the other.
Hello? Well,
Hang on.
and the man.
One of the
And the man.
Observe. Listen. Look at this. So Clyde Barber has been going back with a couple people in here, and then he's like, "Typical atheist troll." Sounds just like. Sounds like Darth.
Why
Dawkins.
isn't he?
And then he says,
"You little bitch ass in here."
And then he says,
Yeah, what-
"Enjoy the red duct tape." Nice try. So you either want us to think that you're Darth Dawkins, or maybe you actually are Darth Dawkins. But
No, he's not.
Double
Darth Dawkins.
D's.
But
I've already
Clyde Barber, you shouldn't be talking
Number
about
one.
red duct tape because if you do, someone might respond and say,
I would like to have a role play.
hey, sir.
Yo. So I sound better now?
That's a little bit better. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's
yeah,
better.
last night, Mr. Bat, you missed it, Jefferson. I was hoping he would try to find you last night, but he crashed my server, and went like Daddy Smoke. I think Daddy Smoke before was on there. Who else was there? Vortigaunt. He was been on a couple of times, but he was going like one of the other members in the server, Zaji. He was asking him about dialetheism. You know, where
I saw what because Daddy Smoke had recorded like an 8-minute video of it. I watched it this morning.
Sir, I had to have an
Excuse me,
MRI,
sir.
and I'm very
Excuse me,
tired,
sir.
and I had all this work done. Sir, I need to finish, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
That's exactly what he said.
I do want to say, well, actually, let me make one quick comment, because the plan that I've got 10 people in here. I'm seeing it pop up where people are trying to join, but I can't see them in the room. If anyone would like to come in, just tag me in the live chat and ask if they can come in. That way we can figure out if somebody wants to cycle out, if they're ready to leave and make a space for somebody, they can do that. So just tag me, Jefferson Patchcock, in the chat if you want to come in, and then we'll discuss amongst ourselves who might need to.
I'm going to say
take a back seat.
Almost a full
I just wanted to say hi to everybody, so I'll say you could bring.
Thanks for asking. Okay, I did want to mention. I wanted to mention that. No, go ahead, Samus.
Well, I was just going to welcome Care Bearers.
Yeah, thank you. I thought it was Kerberos. I can never.
Kerberos is the way I always pronounce it.
Seabaru.
And again, I'm an American.
No,
which
you're pronouncing
Christian
it.
calls you Care Bearers?
Oh, who was it? Was it Praise? No, it was Gavin. I think said it first.
Yeah, that makes
But he said it by mistake. He wasn't actually saying it to make fun of me. He just couldn't pronounce the name.
Yeah. I want to point out that I did like the video that's recorded. Daddy Smoke has it on his YouTube channel, where it's in Rascal's Discord server, and Mr. Batman shows up there and he starts off talking to him with this introduction that's like the most southern thing I am exceedingly tired today. Like he is talking like a mid-cooler. I am exceedingly tired today. I have had medical procedures and an MRI, and I believe some physical therapy was done upon my body. He's not quite that Foghorn Leghorn or Colonel Sanders, but it was just like, I'm like, dude,
it's pretty close.
I saw the South Park thing where Cartman becomes a southern slave owner. Have you guys not seen that? Fuck me, it's funny.
I was gonna.
Hey, don't say fuck me around Peter.
Yeah, he goes in and starts talking to a basketball owner. Oh dear, very funny. Go and check it out on YouTube.
I was going to say
I
it
do
sounded a
declare
lot like
so.
Scarlett O'Hara when you was doing that there, Jeff.
yeah, I was channeling my southern debutante.
My southern charm.
I'm sure at some point Mr. Batman has had the vapors, something awful.
I wonder if Mr. Batman is also acquainted with Colonel Angus.
Colonel Angus. He was a fine soldier in the war.
Who is this Connie Lingus you speak of?
I do declare.
Down in the shady thicket. Yeah, I was waiting for Mr.
I do say so. You have some mighty fine players there.
I was just waiting for Mr. Batman to start. I'm like, which Doc Holliday is he going to go for? Val Kilmer or the lesser known Dennis Quaid? Which
Kirk Douglas.
Or Kirk Douglas, yeah.
Dennis Quaid.
Sir, I'm your Huckleberry, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Oh, hang on. Excuse me. Let me just interrupt. Clive's saying that we won't let him join. That's not true, Clive. You just have to wait until there's less people in the room, and then
and Austin did ask if he could jump in, and I said go for it, and he jumped in. So that's
here.
I'll duck out. It was fun talking with everybody.
Have a good one.
Okay, Clyde. If you come in now, we'll let you in and give you a fair shout.
I'll try and be nice.
I say shout, but Peter's in the room, so that might not.
That is true.
You just said you're going to shout at him. I didn't say anything like that.
Yeah,
I said he
I was
could have
going to whisper.
I said he could have a shout because he needs to get above you.
Where is he?
I'm the most silent person in the conversation.
But your soundboard is
wrong
not.
with you?
It's pretty shocking. I'm not going to lie, Peter.
Simon, can't we just get along and do a little
Kumbaya, my lord.
Stop it.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
Can someone get this ugly fucker off my screen, please?
Hey, thank you, Peter. Oh yeah, he's coming in. Look, there you go. It's the maestro himself, Mr. Clive Barber.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
He's
we
dark.
got no picture though.
We can't see you, but we can kind of hear you.
I just wanted to know why y'all are so obsessed with Darth Dawkins.
Double
D's? Because he's a lulz cow.
Yeah,
he's a lulz cow. But he's destroying atheists every single day.
He's making
Hang on.
Making a lot of
every
atheists
single
every
day. He shows y'all how you can't ground your morality, and then your argument's over.
Sure.
That's what it is.
No, this was not me. This was somebody clearly impersonating me.
See, and this is all you have, just trolling. Y'all get together.
We're not trolling. We're not trolling. He's
y'all
not
just
here.
Laugh and joke.
Clyde.
And be obsessed with a middle-aged man.
Oh wow, we're actually being human beings. Holy shit!
Man, I am so smart because I can make a 45 or 60-year-old man so mad. Look at me.
Wait, which one is it? Is he a
16-year-old?
Is he a 45-year-old or a 60-year-old?
I'm not obsessed with it like
he tells everyone.
What's
he tells
his
everyone that he's.
Hold on, I guarantee you somebody in here knows his birthday. What's his birthday?
Clyde, what do you like about Double
We don't
D's?
know his birthday.
Y'all know his birthday.
We don't know
Clyde.
his birthday. No.
Clyde,
He
what do you
does-
like about Double D's?
Please, yeah, all right. Let's not troll Clyde just yet. Right, wait
Well,
to say
I mean,
something.
I just want to know
stupid.
why y'all
I
so
like double
obsessed with
D's
him.
because they fit
That's
in
all right.
my
We
hand.
can answer this, please. Please, guys, please give me 5 minutes. All right. Yeah, look, he's a lulz cow. Do you understand that he's a lulz cow? He's been a lulz cow for the last 5 years.
Or
Do you
more.
understand that?
No, but he's living rent free in your head. Do you understand that?
No, he's not.
No,
He's
he's a
not.
he's a lulz cow.
Not even a
He's
little bit.
making bank for people.
And,
So,
you know-
Clyde, what does Double D say that you think is great?
Give me fucking 5 minutes, mate, please. He's making bank for people, Clyde. Do you get that?
He's banking banks.
Oh yeah, $15. Tom Rabbit's channel is probably the most popular one, and that's banking. He's banking.
Yeah, he's making money for him.
Oh yeah, he's making like.
He's probably getting that a
$40
month.
or something.
No, it's more than that.
Oh, okay, a little bit more than that. $100 a month or something.
Yeah, $200 a month, whatever, plus
Okay,
plus
okay.
tips,
We'll keep
right?
pushing
Because
it,
he gets Patreon as well. So
If you don't mind, Samus, let me jump in. I want Clyde. Why do you think Darth doesn't have his own YouTube channel? Because he would probably have a ton of viewers.
Because all he's interested in is educating people. He's an honorable Christian, and he's just trying to
that's
go out
funny.
here and spread the message. He's not going out here trying to deceive
What-
people and
what
make
message-
a bunch of money off of it.
What message is Double D spreading?
Wait, try to hold it in
The
a second.
message
for
of the
Samus.
gospel.
Come on, guys.
just one at a time. Here we go. Okay, so you're saying he's educating people. That doesn't stop him having his own educational YouTube channel, does it?
Well, no, but he's just not interested in monetizing it. He's more interested
Right.
in having real
You
conversations.
don't have
with
to
people.
monetize.
Please,
you don't
please,
have to
please,
monetize
guys.
the channel.
Fucking not everybody jumping in every fucking question, please. So
Well, why do you think? I mean, are you getting to a point? Why do you think he doesn't have a channel?
Well, because he's tried to have one before. Do you remember when he had a channel? You've been around the internet for long enough, haven't you?
Well, no, I'm not familiar with this channel.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, he did have one, but nobody went to it because he used to mute everybody and ban everybody from it. And then the only people that would go are Christians that liked him, and there weren't many of those.
How popular was Tom Rabbit's channel at that time?
Tom Rabbit's had a few thousand, a couple of thousand, well, probably about 1,000
So
people.
how long
back
ago
then.
was this?
5 years.
So Tom Rabbit's been at a few thousand subscribers for like 5 years.
No, I think
'Cause
it was
he's
about
only at,
1,000.
like, 1,000
It was
or
about
something
1,000 back then. I think he's up
I mean,
to
what's
about
he at?
3,000 now. I think.
Yeah, it's 3,000 now.
Yeah.
He's got just over 4,000 now.
Beg your pardon, 4,000.
Hmm.
So yeah.
I don't
So
know how
that's
long
all
it's
I'm saying. Nobody
And
went
so
to
that's
it.
just y'all's pastime. Y'all just like sit here and are like, oh
He's
man, this
lulz
middle-aged
cows.
guy is stupid. It's like, yeah, middle-aged
Well, I mean,
men
he
are
is
fucking
stupid.
retarded.
Yeah.
He's
there-
a lulz cow. Have you got a problem with there being lulz cows on the internet?
Yeah, and Clyde, if somebody devoted like a tiny channel to like ripping into videos that I make and mocking my opinions and
I think
telling
I'm
their
going to
followers-
do that actually. I think after
Oh, please.
You should definitely
because I
do that,
flagged
Clyde.
the video. I flagged it earlier, so hopefully YouTube will take appropriate action, and then I'll
Why
do
did
a
you flag
video.
Are you
doing a
getting
video
free
reason?
afterwards about the Lulz cows on YouTube that I got flagged?
Yeah. So what reason did you give for flagging it?
Do
Clyde,
what?
what reason did you give for flagging it?
Penis image.
Oh, for the penis image.
Okay, that's
That
a
wasn't
plant. You realise that?
That was a
Yeah,
plant.
Dude,
That is a plant.
Are you gonna go out and
Well,
flag
we'll see how the
nature?
YouTube algorithm feels about it.
Okay, yes, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a Google shot.
Well,
so
Yeah,
presumably-
let's see what other people feel about it. Yeah, that makes
No,
sense.
no. Okay, hang on, guys. Please, just give me enough time. So, if you were to say cover songs that you didn't have a copyright for, do you think you get your copyright strikes on your channel?
Yeah, that's why I write my own music.
Sure. Okay, just checking.
Do you want to share your music? I'm curious.
It's on my YouTube channel.
Is it Clyde?
No, there are covers there. There are covers there, and they are covers by people
check it out.
who do go for copyrights. So we'll
I
find
got
out.
flagged. I got flagged for 8 bars.
It's a dangerous game when you start going around telling people that you're just going to flag channels willy-nilly when you don't even
Exactly.
have a good reason for it.
Right.
And you can get your whole channel taken down for false flagging.
Yeah.
Do you have a video called "I'm Just a Hungry Frog"?
Well, Jefferson,
I'll check it
what I suggest you do
flag that
is
video.
that
I won't
when you
flag
got
it, but I'll check it
flagged,
out.
use the part that just happened to counter the flagging, and
sure
YouTube can look at Clyde actually admitting that he just false flagged it.
Yeah,
indeed.
Should
I'm not-
be an easy
I'm not
one to
concerned
tackle.
about it. Yeah, if they want to take this one down, I don't care. I'm a tiny channel, and I do this for conversation and to abuse a 60-year-old man who's wrong on the internet.
Because you're
If you really want to have some fun, go to Jefferson Patchcock's YouTube channel.
Yeah, so it is
so much
it is-
fun.
Okay, guys.
dude, yeah,
Guys,
go,
just
go.
hear me out real
Please,
quick.
mate, please stop
Hear me
that
out.
now. No, stop that,
No,
please.
no, I gotta stop you. Okay.
No, please, stop that.
Hungry for
Stop,
faces.
Okay, thank
Flagging
you.
is
that is catchy, Clyde. I'll give you that.
Could you mute Go a second, dude?
I'm sorry, I'll mute.
Thank you, mate. Okay, so Clyde, do you understand why it's not a good idea to just go around trying to be a big man on the
Simos,
internet, right?
Okay, look, I just need you to.
Got your attention.
The whole dude, I'm sitting here impersonating Darth Dawkins the whole time.
You're not impersonating Darth Dawkins.
No, in
Nobody
the
thought you were
chat,
Darth Dawkins.
I was sitting there being like red duct tape, all this shit.
Yeah.
Dude, you were
Pagan.
obviously imitating him. It was
Yes,
obvious that
I'm
you were.
fucking joking this whole fucking time. I didn't even flag the channel.
Okay, well, there we
The
go.
whole thing is a
Another
fucking
atheist joke.
All right, can you get a mute on this guy? Get him kicked
Yeah.
for just being an asshole.
Do you have any kind of actual opinion about Darth Dawkins, one way or the other?
Oh no, it's just pretty. I mean, it's just funny. He's a Lulz cow.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fine.
Your joke, our Facebook flag.
Okay, that was interesting.
Well, that was useless.
I was going to be. How old are you? I'm old enough to be your father.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm old
I
enough
am
to
your
be his.
father.
I'm old enough to be his guitar teacher. But there you go.
Why are you acting like a 16-year-old?
In his case, he might be a
Do you
16-year-old.
think?
So.
Do you think I should unflag those songs that I did of his?
Surely he was joking about
fuck it.
flagging the channel. Hopefully.
Yes, he said he was joking. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Joking,
just full of
okay.
shit.
Hey Jeff, when you get somebody like Clyde who comes in there who started out doing that stuff and about Darth Dawkins and stuff, and then they come in, you can just basically say this and justify by saying, I'm going to do a better impersonation of Darth Dawkins right now. You're out of here. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Sounds like Matt
Well,
Dillon.
no, a better imitation is to take what the kid said super personally, flip out, yell to the point where your voice cracks, then kick him, then spend 45 minutes talking to my friends about what a useless piece of shit that guy was. And I will never get to heaven.
Like he did with that 18-year-old girl. He was like, "Oh, You're 18. You're not a true adult. You're just a girl. You're just a whiny little girl.
Well, they were laughing about the fact she's like, I'm a grown ass woman, and they're like, oh, at 18, it's like that is the legal age for an adult.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, it's yeah, by law, bitch.
Well, it's kind of funny because you just you're old enough to serve. You're old enough to sign up for military service,
but you're still just a girl. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
I can buy cigarettes, serve in a war, and pay for sex. I'm a grown ass.
Not in California. You got to be 21 now in California to buy cigarettes.
Oh, no shit.
You got to be 21.
Also in Colorado, you got to be 21 by smoke.
Yeah.
Shit, I think it might be the same way here in Georgia. Now that you mention it,
in the South. What the fuck happened there?
Oh, Georgia is all kinds of.
Of course, you can get moonshine when you're 16, but.
Right. Well, you can get moonshine anytime. What the fuck are you talking about?
Moonshine anytime.
You also have to be independently wealthy to afford cigarettes in Georgia.
Real quick.
That's kind of true.
I want to give a shout out to Carlton. Carlton, you and I need to talk about your boy.
You talking about R&R? R&R.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jill. Good Lord.
Oh God. Jill is the biggest, well, maybe not the biggest, but one of the biggest homophobes I've met.
That just means, that just means he's one of the biggest closeted homosexuals in the world. Oops, did I say that out loud?
No, you met Mr. Batman.
Oh,
well,
God.
Okay,
you're correct. Germania, you're correct, but there wasn't an S in that word.
But here's his new one, guys. Racism isn't discrimination.
Oh my God! What a fucking idiot! God damn.
Jesse Lee Peterson.
He's definitely a Jesse Lee Peterson wannabe.
Jesse Lee Peterson's his dad.
He actually told me. He actually challenged me. He goes, look them up. You'll find that they're totally different words, and they're not synonymous with one another. You go to thesaurus.com, you look up
definition
racism.
Of slavery.
A synonym
is
of
someone who is owned by another person. Therefore,
God,
the Bible condones
fucking
slavery.
idiot.
I guess,
The
Peter.
definition of slavery is someone who is owned by another person.
Okay, Jill.
Do you, Carlton? Did you mean that? He said we definitely do. He sounds sick or something. Have you listened to his latest video, Carlton? Are you referring to the one, the Takeover Part 1? Jill takes over Brojo's channel.
Brojo.
That was the last video.
That was the last
funny
one.
I didn't watch it. It's 6 minutes long. Maybe I should watch it now. It's a Friday night. I got fuck all.
Why not?
Yeah.
Can I just answer someone in chat there? Can someone tell me what a LOL's cow is? LOL's, fun as in LOS. LOL. LOLS.
Yeah.
In fact, with a Z, really. LOL's cow. Somebody who's very funny and that everybody makes fun of.
Yeah, Peter. Peter's here.
Makes fun of. Peter.
Also, Simus, you will find that it's actually spelled L-U-L.
Yeah, L-U-L.
Yeah. Which, if you would Google L-U-L, and you would, let's say you would want to translate that from Dutch into English, you'd get a word.
Okay. Fantastic.
And the word you would get would be something that the plant I showed earlier looked like. That's the word. I'm just saying. You can Google it.
Who's on the screen? What is this?
This is
Brojo.
So this, this is Brojo, and he this snippet is from Rebuke and Reprove R&R, but this is Jill. Jesus is Lord.
We should do a shout out for Brojo because he has a magnificent channel and he has some great content on.
Wait, since when did he shave his hair? I remember him having hair.
He's always been bald. He's been bald for a while.
Midnight. This will be shocking for you, but you don't actually shave hair. You shave the head the hair's on.
Well, whatever, Peter. Fuck you. You know what I mean.
Hair doesn't have hair itself.
You don't
It
shave the
is
hair, you shave the head. That's attached to
Okay. You know what? I wanted to say, I know we're talking about Brother John, but I wanted to say something about. By the way, excuse me for that. I wanted to say something about Gavin and Praise. If I can do that.
Sure.
I hope so.
Something that I didn't already show in a picture.
Well, I was
Probably
watching.
not.
I was watching Dragon Ball Z, so I don't know what picture you showed them.
Yeah, see that we've talked about this. If you're on a stream, you pay attention to the stream.
Peter, I was watching Dragon Ball Super, without Z, but whatever. Anyways,
That's even worse.
No, Dragon Ball Super is awesome. Fuck you.
Sorry.
But no. Anyways, I was trying to say, from what based on what I heard, I think Gavin is a disgusting human being that that uses kind of Yeah, really, Simus?
Yeah, really.
What did Gavin do?
I'm so confused.
I'm confused.
You know what? Fuck you, Simus.
I missed
Oh,
something.
dude, come on.
I know. I'm just
Pit,
Try saying
Midnight,
something
focus.
informative for a change. Come on.
What did Gavin do?
I have to say, Midnight, you want to fuck a lot of people.
I mean,
You're
I
not
am
alone, my dude. You're not
Are
alone.
you in fact polyamorous?
yes.
I'm just asking. See?
But anyways, as I was trying to say, I think what Gavin does is this. He uses the threat of suicide to manipulate Praise. And the thing is, Praise knows that Gavin will stab him in the back. Yet for some fucking reason, he's still. Look, Gavin was always somebody to laugh at and to just make big jokes about because he never wore pants on stream. But what I heard about that he does just disgusts me. You know what I mean?
Where did you hear about the suicide threats?
Yeah, what did he do?
What did I hear about it? Well, let's just say a little birdie told me.
I'm glad you got that on my chest.
Okay, gotcha.
So is it just the suicide threat that's disgusting, or is there something else?
Just the
Well,
fact
I
that
think
he's
he's
threatening.
homophobic, but that's.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I'm asking if there's an
Let's
example.
watch the video. God damn.
Yeah, we will get.
Well, hold on. I personally go ahead. You know what? I don't give a. Never mind. Go ahead.
This isn't the first time that Gavin has kind of manipulated Praise in this way, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Right.
finding out about it now.
Yes, Gavin, bad man. Only bold statements on this channel.
Oh, and one thing about Jill, if a
Praise
woman comes
racist.
into a stream he's on, he will fucking bail in a heartbeat. He will not talk to a woman.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess
this has been established.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going. He's probably going out with a dominatrix. That's why.
Yeah,
My dude.
earlier today I did comment what used to be stupid whore energy on her actions on Praise's channel.
Oh yes.
Oh
you did.
fuck.
Oh, it was great.
But you mean when
What did
she?
she do? What did she do?
Love that girl. Absolutely
What
love
did
her.
she do?
Explain it,
Okay,
Peter.
so
Explain it.
what did she do? So Gavin, while debating, won't wear pants. After a
she can
debate,
see it topless.
it's not entirely sure if he wears pants then, but he will then go on a stream topless and lay back in a very unsettling way. And so what stupid whore energy did was she went in the chat and she said, "Can I join? And I'll impersonate Gavin. I'll join the same way Gavin does." And she actually did. So she leaned back topless while on screen. And
I became a
and
Christian that day.
the moment she turned on her camera, Jill was gone. And then Praise was entirely embarrassed when people pointed out that there were two boobies on screen.
And I just want to say that there were a lot of viewers. There were a lot of viewers that stood to attention without leaving their seats.
Yeah, a lot of screenshots were taken that day.
Wow.
I mean,
Yes.
look, honestly, I'm pretty sure if it wasn't on YouTube, Praise would probably leave it up because YouTube doesn't allow that shit.
As far as I know, it's still up.
Oh,
yeah, it's
okay.
still up.
Because I
not
checked,
anymore.
I checked at least a week later, and the stream was still there.
Did you get me the
it's
link,
no
please?
longer there because of he did a mass deletion of videos.
You haven't seen that?
I haven't seen that.
I've
no.
seen it.
I have it.
I saw it live.
I may have it.
Well, Peter, you know what? You know what? You know my Twitter.
Peter's talking about like I've watched that thing like this Zapruder film. Like
stick it in my Discord then, please, Peter, and we'll air that come the next Grand Prix.
Seriously, Peter, if you have that stream, you know where to find me.
Okay, Jolly's worried about the loins of atheists.
So yeah, I just want to read the. I want to read the description. After Brojo ODs on weed, Jill takes over his channel, calls Brojo to repentance. Hashtag atheism as a religion of death. No doubt, according to every single social indicator known to man, a death cult. Live streams coming soon, folks. Gird up your loins, atheists.
Oh, love it.
I don't.
What a fucking
Yeah.
Love
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna start. So we're gonna start playing this one. I think I've got this set for like one and a quarter still. No, I don't. That's necessary because
I got a problem, Simus. That video, the part that I have, is 62 megabytes.
Oh dear.
So that's Discord doesn't allow me to.
Okay, just
do that.
just email it to me. Then,
Holy shit! 62. Why the fuck is it? Wait, hold on.
She's a big girl.
I mean, I watch these things in high definition, or as we would call 1080p.
Oh,
And
okay.
then
40, I thought.
I'm gonna say, he just like, well, I updated it 4K at the time, and then put in a soundtrack and added a few.
Well, I may or may not have highlighted a specific person in that particular stream the moment she joins. I may.
We'll do what you can anyway. Let's move on with the stream.
Well, Peter, you can use OBS to just record that one little spot and make that a separate file.
Yeah, what do you think I did? No, wait. No, I downloaded this from YouTube and then made the cut to get the best quality.
I'm gonna play this video now.
The Brojo Show, the Brojo Show, the show that is.
Come on, guys,
Brojo.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
This is a Mother's Day one.
I just saw something. So, Simus, I have to say, you're asking me to send a video of a topless woman to that email address.
Which email address?
It starts with naked.
Yeah. Do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to have naked notes on naked notes.
Okay.
I'm gonna play this.
Just thought it was kind of fitting.
Ironic, yeah, I get you. So that's a cut.
This is he actually showed that on his channel. Smoke weed every day. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
420.
It's
That's
just
what it's
me.
called.
So, what are you doing, dude? All right. I don't know who this guy is, but Brojo, you there? What are you doing?
Don't know who this guy is. What the fuck
But
is he
happy
talking
White
about?
History Month to all you white people out there. Without you, then we know America.
You racist cunt.
Even though a major portion of you.
Piece of shit.
I always take a wide view of history.
Want to destroy this country and turn it into
I like
a
how he
social
opens this, but just going
wasteland.
full Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah, full blown. I might as well just own it.
Like China. Hide your kids, by the way. Biden's coming. We used to want to be like the Europeans. Now we want to be like China. We want their beast system. They have a beast system. Literally have a beast system.
Most of us
Can't
are
have
from
some-
Europe.
Yeah, I was gonna say. What about his status as an American is so special that like it needs to be preserved? I'm just wondering, like,
Not a damn thing. Because if we go back to the time that he wants, his ass is in a cardboard box. He's wearing white gloves, pushing the elevator button for it to go up for the white people to go to work.
I think that this guy might have been in a home even back then. I think the jury's still out, but I think he might be in some kind of assisted living kind of thing.
Children. Actually, they changed their policy. It used to be a one-child policy. Now, to get the economy going again, they can say you can have at least 3 children, and they're hoping that'll get their GDP up. They want to be like America. They want their GDP to be where America's is, which will never happen because communism doesn't produce anything.
Yeah.
Does he have? Can you help pause it?
Hang on.
It only destroys, only tears down. Socialism.
Does he have any idea how much America owes China?
Trillions upon trillions upon
well,
trillions.
I don't think it's that much, but he must be pushing on to $1 trillion now.
No, the last time I heard it was like 20 trillion. I don't know if
that's the national debt.
Simus, check your email.
Thank you, mate. Anyway, I think it must be up about the $1 trillion by now that America owes China.
Peter, send me the email.
Do I have your email address?
No, you don't.
No.
Sorry, I had to make the joke. Sorry.
I always have to help you with stuff like this. And by the way, I'm still waiting for a CSS file, so I'll send you that clip when I've got the CSS file.
Send him a thermos of black coffee.
All right, here we go.
But the atheist is.
So this entire video, it seems like, is just Jill is proud that he got in at a moment when Brojo stepped away from his keyboard and got to say a bunch of random crap on a channel that wasn't his. That seems to be okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just
which is nice because the same thing happened to me on a Christian channel. I won't say who it was because I don't want him to come after me because I did.
Oh my God, Peter, you got LPP's space.
I didn't
so funny, man.
I didn't take advantage of the fact that he wasn't there. There were only 2 atheists left on that particular show. We decided to do the right thing and just leave. Because we don't have any morals, you know?
Right.
We yeah.
But this guy, guided by the Holy Spirit, trolls away.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes.
He's trolling in the name of Jesus. Yeah.
Trolling in the name of.
I have a book I want to suggest for you, liberal. It's called Liberal Fascism, and the author is Jonah Goldberg.
That book is a piece of shit.
It talks about the secret history of the American left.
Wait. Okay, have you read that?
Yeah, I read that years ago. That book was actually like up until I started reading books in and around about the time that had been out for a couple of years. I was still basically kind of politically conservative by American standards. That book, amongst others, was some of the right-wing ones that I read that convinced me I was no longer right-wing. It's that fucking bad. It's a fucking his arguments are fallacious, specious. He knows that Jonah Goldberg knows like fuck all about politics, and that might be now. And this was years ago when he knew even less.
Well, wait a minute, Jeff. It sounds like the people who say, "Well, I was an atheist, but then I came across this argument that was so shit it made me convert."
No,
that's what you sound like.
No. I said this is one of many. I read a lot of different books, left wing and right wing political books, and this one was one of the ones that kind of like started to like. I'm like, if there are more of them like this, If I have to read any more that are this bad on the right wing side with this many bad arguments, I'm starting to lean the other way, and that was the beginning. That was the beginning. The more I read after that, it was like,
Yeah, but that's
okay.
me. That's me. That's like me. That's like me reading. Like reading a lot of a lot of books on atheism and atheism and Christianity and religion, and then going, oh, atheists have bad arguments, so I'm gonna lean more towards the other
Nightmare,
way.
you just need one book for that. It's the Bible. I'll make
Right?
you an atheist. Yeah.
But here was the thing.
Right.
At
But I'm
the
just
time,
saying.
hang on. At the time this stuff was coming out, there was nothing like the time this was published. There was there were a couple of handful of books that might have been the equivalent of this on the quote left wing side. This would have been right around the same time that Christopher Hitchens did God Is Not Great, and Christopher Hitchens was something of a political conservative in this country by most standards.
Right. Yeah.
And he would have been like, that would have been a left wing book, especially in Jill's standards. Now it'd been like, oh, that Christopher Hitchens, that lefty God hater.
Yeah, it just reminded me of that, right? Those people who say, "Well, I used to be an atheist, but because of all those shitty arguments on the atheist side, I converted."
That was part of it, yeah. Because, like I said, I read stacks of these books, and the more I kept reading these guys repeat these fallacious, stupid arguments, it wasn't about them talking about policy or politics or strategies for how they were going to do anything. It was this kind of shit. It was about sloganeering, and putting labels on people. That was all it ever was. It was
Right.
like that back in the '90s, and it was up until this.
But
and culture.
But I
Midnight,
guess
yeah,
Midnight, you realize that this side has really bad arguments. I don't find them convincing at all. Is it actually a good reason not to be on that side?
Wait, what?
If you look into a side of a debate and realize that side, even if you're on that side to start with, has no good arguments and you don't find any of them convincing, that's actually a good reason to not be on that side anymore.
And that was the thing. At the time I was reading this and other books like this published in around the same time, I was actually more inclined to side with them because I felt like at the time my politics were more aligned with these people. And when I started reading what they actually thought and what they were trying to put across as an actual argument, I'm like, these don't work.
Well, I mean, for me personally, is like amounts to reading arguments from both sides both sides that yeah, I may not agree with those arguments. They may be fallacious, but at the same time, I'd be like, okay, how can I make these arguments better and still retain my position?
Here's what I should say. This was not a situation where I was like, okay, go to a White Zombie concert, then go to a Marilyn Manson concert, and which one are you going to pick? It wasn't like that. It was I think I'm aligned with all these people politically. Let me read their books and figure out what they're saying. I didn't agree with any of them, and then I realized, okay, I didn't go to another side. I just knew I wasn't on theirs.
Jefferson,
Yeah,
you shouldn't mention white zombies when Midnight's in.
So I think hang on. I think you're right, Midnight, in that it's always best to positively hold a belief if you can. But that doesn't negate the fact that even if you positively hold a belief, you still think that the other side's argument's a pile of crap, right? And that's almost an entailment. So the fact that if a lot of people are atheists because they find they don't believe in God. Well, they don't believe in God because they don't have a good reason to. They don't even have a reason to. That's because the arguments are shit.
Right.
So
right. But
so you are correct though in the sense that if they're talking about a proposition, you want supporting evidence for it. You don't want to believe it because there is no evidence.
Right. I guess the point I'm also trying to make is that there are shitty arguments on the atheist side and shitty arguments on the theist side. Right now,
but that's not what this was. This was not that. This was I was on that side, and I decided to educate myself on this political ideology. And the more I read, the less convinced I was. The more they actually talked me out of it, and they didn't talk me over to the other team. They just talked me out of theirs.
Right. So you're talking about the soft atheist position. If we were to talk about it in terms of atheism.
Yeah.
I'm a bit curious and I'm a bit triggered. Midnight, what is a bad atheist argument?
That's what I was wondering.
Oh, there's loads. Come on now.
Yeah.
I want to hear.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Jesus didn't exist, therefore no God exists.
That's not an
hold on.
atheist
That's a bad argument.
That's not an argument for atheism. But
I hear atheism.
Exactly. And that's why it's called a bad argument, because it's not an argument.
Listen,
for
I'm an atheist, which literally translates to "I don't believe you." So that's it.
Okay.
Now tell me all about my bad arguments.
Okay, wait a second.
I'm not saying it's your arguments are bad. No one said that.
You know what? We've got a fountain of bad arguments lined up right here. All I have to do is hit the play button, and we'll get more.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay.
From Mussolini.
Yep, bad argument.
Fascism has always been on the left. Read Gentile. Gentile was the mentor of Mussolini. Mussolini actually, he was actually the mouthpiece of Mussolini, where he got all of his concepts from.
I love how he says
Giovanni
Mussolini.
Yeah, Mussolini there.
Mussolini.
I
Some of his
also
idea.
love how he has Saint in front of his name.
Saint Jill. Yeah.
Well,
Saint
yeah,
Jill.
Get outta here.
he's part of the Church of Smoky Saint. So
Yeah.
he's a saint
True.
amongst that church.
Saint is one of those things that you have to have other people call you. You know, kind of like
Right.
smart. You know, like if you call yourself smart and handsome, no one likes you. It's an adjective you need other people to use on you.
Right.
Saint is probably the biggest one of those.
So-
that
Well
and
put.
God. Yeah.
Oh, does anyone see my name?
Nope.
No.
No.
Is it
Nope.
Saint Midnight? Saint Sparkle? Saint Midnight.
Saint Midnight. All right, hit play.
I mean, I get that all the time.
Shut up, Peter.
so-
We're watching a video.
No, seriously. In the bedroom,
God
in the
damn it,
bedroom, I
Peter.
often hear someone scream Jesus, and so I'm just
that's a
thinking
good,
that they're addressing.
that's a great example. If you're in bed, you're in bed and your
Well-
lover says you're the best, that's good. If you're in bed with your lover and you were the first to say I'm the best, that's not as good.
Well,
Wait.
she doesn't literally say that I'm the best, but I've
says-
heard her
says
say,
Jesus.
"Oh God, I'm coming." So I'm just thinking
Oh
that
my
she's talking
God.
to me because I'm literally the only
No,
person
well,
in
she's
the
probably
room.
watching TV, you know.
Again,
Is she
Peter,
like-
you're,
There's no
Peter.
TV in our. There's no
Peter.
TV in our bedroom,
Okay.
Simus.
No,
I
but
didn't
she
say
like-
she was in the bedroom.
yeah, but
Is she like
we have,
Peter?
we have enough.
Give me the
We have
Peter.
enough to look at without a
And,
TV.
and if you didn't stand on her toes so much, then she wouldn't shout Jesus.
You guys.
or you could say, well, here's the thing: like if you say to her, "Oh God, you're coming," then she's like, "Wait, are you asking me or telling me?" See, it gets worse.
Well, we do have a dom sub relationship, so I can't tell her to not come or to come.
Wait, didn't you have two girlfriends?
Yes.
This stream is getting like flagged. I'm sure of it.
I'm going to take a mental note. Peter hears voices.
That means that
And it gets
That could-
abducted by aliens.
Oh my God.
that could mean that I'm two different gods at the same time, but I don't know. I've never looked into that.
I never said I was a
Alien
god. I
Jesus.
said I was abducted by aliens, and then they made me their king.
Big fucking difference.
Yeah,
get it right. Listen,
What is even going on in this stream, Jefferson?
I want to see the rest of this video.
Okay,
goddamn.
you're
I
right.
know.
Shut up, Peter.
The external chat is going back and forth on Hitchens. So later in life, Hitchens was what was called a liberal hawk, which is basically the same thing as a neocon.
Yeah, he basically was kind of a neoconservative.
That's true. Yeah.
Or a neoliberal.
He was a neoliberal. Yeah.
Neoliberal, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why it's called a liberal hawk. That was just an
Yeah.
older term for neocon.
Yeah, neocon was the U.S. version of neoliberal. And even then, though, I mean, like later on, he kind of, well, I don't know, he kind of reversed his position on support of the war in Iraq, not because he didn't initially think that Saddam, I mean, he wanted
Right.
Saddam gone, like he hated the whole regime, but it was more like against the war because it was bungled.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. And the way he criticized it was like somebody criticizing the old British Empire. Like, yeah, that colonialism should have worked if they hadn't fucked it all up and been so high-handed with everybody.
That's probably fair.
Like, yeah, Hitchens, no, but you kind of have a point there. You aggravating bastard. Just go drink another bottle of Johnny Walker.
Right, go get Johnny Walker.
Jefferson, there's one thing that I'm curious about. What kind of costumes do you wear?
I'm not going to say that on here.
Now I'm curious.
If you go to a neocon, what kind of costumes do you wear?
Oh yeah.
Please say leather.
I usually wear a very sexy loincloth.
I was dressed up as like one of the assassins.
It is entirely possible because you are naked on most of the Formula One streams.
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
Wait,
I don't
are you
like.
really?
I don't like to wear clothes.
Are you really naked? I don't watch your streams.
Do you feel you need to be aerodynamic for the Formula One?
I usually wear a pair of Speedos, so I'm not naked.
Oh, banana hammock, right on.
I might be wearing a Speedo right now, but you'll never know. All right,
I'm wearing one, but you have to guess where. Anyway, let's get back to this.
Wow. In what color?
Gintile. Read Jonah Goldberg, Liberal Fascism. Okay.
Yeah.
The book has it's a red book, and it has
red book.
That book is a waste of book is a waste of money if you borrow it from the library.
So we know he's read it. We know he's read it because he got the color right. Well, this guy's a fucking idiot.
Smiley face on it with the mustache,
it's a red book. It's got pages.
Mustache, so that's how you can.
It's got a color.
Recognize it if you see it.
Yeah, it's got words in it.
I hate God and I hate life.
It's got letters.
And the closer I come to death, the more I
life.
hate life. That's a quote from Joseph Heller, of course, an atheist.
Yeah, he's related to Hitler.
Yeah.
He taught Joseph Heller taught Hitler everything he knew. I bet that's what he's going to say next.
I don't know about you, but I know of no atheist that says they hate God.
Yeah, I don't know a single.
Well, there are some who do that. Like
No, there isn't.
Name one, please. Name one.
Midnight. In order to be an atheist, you don't believe that God exists. In order to hate him, you have to believe that he exists.
Exactly. You have to be atheist.
Please explain.
There are atheists.
Hold.
Can I speak?
No, never. Yeah, you can speak. But please name one.
Speak.
Answer my question.
Wrong.
Do you know I'm old enough to be your father? Now name one.
You know what? I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to literally stop talking because everything I say is just wrong.
Yes, but you can still keep talking.
I actually agreed with your last point, Midnight. So please don't over exaggerate.
I want to point out that there is probably that rare Christian out there that believes in God, but also believes that if it bleeds, we can kill it. Right? So
they hate women.
Okay.
Basically, Jill.
God and I hate life, and the closer I come to death, the more I hate life. Atheism is the religion of death. It's a
No, you're part of the death cult, not us.
Fatherless, the fate of your life.
I have to say this, but
Bluetooth.
If he's saying that some people don't die, what? What?
Yeah, right.
Don't think
Denying
that's
reality.
Christian logic 101. If it makes sense, it's not right.
Just to ask, some people probably recognize his name, but Joseph Heller is the author of Catch-22. For anybody that doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's
I've
why
never.
That catch.
Yeah, I get it now.
And I'm not. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what his religious beliefs are. I've never actually looked into that, but. Oh well, no wonder he hated his life. On Sunday, December 13th, in 1981, Heller was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, a debilitating syndrome that was to leave him temporarily paralyzed. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I would hate life too.
Yeah, if I was a theist, I would hate God for making me paralyzed.
He recovered.
Not gonna lie.
He did recover though. But yeah.
Well, if I remember correctly, the reason why C.S. Lewis became an atheist is because his mother died. But then as the years went on, he became Christian again because apparently everyone he was around was a Christian. I don't know. It's
Kept
Lewis
on nagging him about coming back to the church.
Basically, yeah. The only reason he became a Christian again is because, people nagged him about it, like Red Fang saying, and he's like, "Oh, right, fine, I'll come back to the faith."
Well, that's a
Just
good
shut up
reason.
and leave me alone.
Red Fang.
I mean, Red Fang isn't wrong.
I just love Red Fang's laugh. I call him Bluetooth. Anyways, let's watch.
This faith of the emasculated beta male atheist. And the faith of the hopeless. Okay.
I'm just curious.
So, Bro Joe, I really do hope that you do stop watching fake news. And
Jill,
repent of your sins.
come say that to my face.
Come to know the true and living God who spoke the universe into existence.
This is so
who
bad.
Does not tolerate
Stop it there.
homosexuality because he understands.
What's up?
So I hope you watch Stopping Fake. One of Bro Joe's things is that we actually watch. He goes through the Drudge Report to find the fake news so we can laugh at it. So Jill's sense of irony here is just palpable. Right? Bro Joe, please stop watching fake news because I don't want you to have any content for your channel. He's a fucking dick. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, he's just. This is pointless. I like he's patting himself on the back for taking over his channel. It's like it says AFK. It said AFK, and he's zoomed in on this so people don't really fixate on the fact like you are literally just monologuing on someone else's channel.
Right.
For entertainment.
If 2% of the population is responsible for 40% of something.
Sorry.
20 to 40%. I'll give you some conservative estimates or range. If 2% of the population is responsible for 20% or 30% of something that is socially and personally troubling as child molestation, it's something
the fixation that so many of these guys have on this kind of stuff. It's like, were you traumatized when you were young? Because if you wanted to get into something like that, maybe like talk about the problems of it or having to deal with it, but just throwing it out there, like if they don't have any personal experience in this and they're just using this to rile people up, it's
no, please, Jefferson. He does because one of his best mates is Smokey Saint. So obviously,
it's an issue near and dear. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Jill just had a very pretty gay man say hi to him when he was young.
That's probably, yeah. You're right. Yeah, that's probably right. That's correct. And he was confused and sought the church. And those Pentecostals, they play hard when it comes to that kind of stuff.
You're not lying.
Oh my god, that's
money. Honestly, I will just say I admire some people's ability to just keep talking without having to pause or stuttering. Like I'm not, like Jefferson does that. Who else?
I do. Yeah, I can ramble on for quite a while. Jay likes to make fun of me for it.
Yeah, I'm jealous of you, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm jealous of you as well, Jeff.
Oh, that's nice of you, Sinus.
That's all right. It's just your cough.
Jeff,
I'm jealous of.
I'm not jealous of you.
I know. Simus is taking the piss out of me.
I'm not just taking the piss out of you. I'm also taking the piss out of Jeff.
Yeah, there you go.
Get it right.
It's a 2 for 1. Yeah, it's a 2 for 1.
That's because it's because I have skills as well. And I don't feel they're being recognised in this hangout.
I have skills. Well, I have skills as well, and I don't feel like mine are being recognized. Oh wait, I have no skills.
Oh yes, you do.
Yes, you do. You can jump in a pile of snow and disappear.
What?
Yeah, your bones are magic.
Right.
Your bones are magic.
Red Fang,
natural snow camo.
You're breaching into Peter's domain there.
Apologetic. Fuck you guys, I'm going home.
What the fuck did I do?
You know exactly what you did, Peter.
You're an albino killer. That's what you are.
I just want to make some money in Africa. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Not at the cost of my life, bitch. Not at the cost of my life.
Look, you have a real advantage here. If you're ever in a gunfight with someone and they have one of those bright strobe lights on you, it will blind them too.
Okay, I just want to say Peter's avatar right now is freaking hilarious. I don't know if anyone else can see it.
Yeah, we've all seen it. Yeah.
It's Gavin saying, "Unfriended by praise." That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, nice.
Well,
right,
also, if they aim at midnight with one of those laser sights, it'll just bounce off.
They blind you. Ow! just hurt my cornea.
My eyes, my retinas.
What the fuck am I doing here, Jeff?
My iris is a different color.
When's our Tangelo coming back?
Yeah.
Where's
the?
oh
my God!
You guys don't believe? That's all.
You guys all suck. You know that?
Yeah,
Well,
most
know
of us.
Peter definitely does. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, let's not get
It's-
personal here.
It's true.
We've got less than 30 seconds on this, so let's.
I don't think we're going to make it through, Jeff. To be honest,
I think it's going to take another 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to take another half
Saint
hour.
All right,
chill,
fine.
Saint
Finish
chill,
up.
Saint chill.
Thank you,
with
everybody.
that 2%.
So the moment you take your first step,
Oh,
the gates of hell.
It's just this dumb thing. This guy.
Boom.
I love
Nice.
this guy. I love this guy's speech. It's like, the moment you take your first steps to the gates of hell, all of creation will stand in applause because God threw you in the fire. It's like, shouldn't they have been a little concerned about the fact that God made you in the first place?
Right.
Exactly.
I'm like, what are they gonna be clapping?
Exactly.
Like, they look it up at Yahweh. I'm like, it's about fucking time you took care of that loose end. Jesus.
That's
Guy was an
exactly
asshole.
what I'm saying.
I thought this was going to be a taekwondo demonstration.
Oh, yeah, it does look like he's wearing a gi, doesn't it?
It does
It
look like it.
does.
Anyway, let's hear what the fucking ugly fucker's got to say.
Hey,
Are you talking about this guy?
Yeah,
Taekwondo.
I am.
Okay. All right.
Mr.
Don't
Mr.
make fun of
Kwando.
The
Peter
only thing
like
he
that.
wants is all of creation standing to its feet and applauding and praising God because God has rid the earth of you.
There it
Fuck
is.
you fucking cunt. Sorry.
Ah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
okay. I don't think
Chill
we
is
need to
such a
watch.
bitch.
I don't think
He
we need to
really
watch part.
is.
I don't think we need to watch part 2, do we?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think he's
Be
dropped part
There-
2
there-
yet.
No, don't worry. There is no part 2 yet.
Oh, okay.
Yet. Keyword.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck him. What a douche.
Yeah.
what
no
a
check-
jerk. He's a
No-
jerk.
Oh,
no
I
check
didn't
coming
notice
in.
that. I'm gonna
He's a
kill
dude.
myself.
He's a
I'm
douche.
president of
You
my
Oh
can't-
no, don't do
He's
Dibs on his
access.
bones. I got dibs on his bones.
Yeah,
No,
no,
I
I heard somebody stole Gavin's antidepressant. I hope they're fucking happy with themselves.
You know what?
I
I am
mean,
happy
if
with
that's- if
myself.
that's-
I stole
Hold
over
on.
the telly.
No, hold on.
Come
Yeah,
on, that was
you're gonna-
good. No one, only me laughed at that. Come on.
Yeah, only you got it.
I will
I-
shut up now.
I didn't know how to feel about it. All right. Anyway, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. We can all stick around and talk and maybe get a little bit more inappropriate in the background. I don't want someone like Clyde coming around and accusing us all of being immature. All right.
Yeah, I can make my Hitler joke.
Before you cut
On the
off,
night.
can I make a public service announcement and also kind of a hot
I
take?
sure hope
Yes.
so.
Yes. Okay. If you're going to kill yourself, be kind. Put down plastic. That way. The
Oh my
cleaners don't have
god, that is
don't have a
dark.
bad cop.
Yeah.
True.
I don't
True, the
know. I
cleanup?
don't
You
know.
have no idea.
Put
I've had
down
to
the
clean up
plastic.
bodies. It's gross. Just put down plastic. Be nice.
I also
Oh, that's
want
right.
to.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah, you have a profession that does occasionally have to deal with that. So
I also would like to thank Wild Eden for that joke. So thank you very much. And she actually told me another one while I'm here. Actually, I'll say that. And it goes something like Jesus fed 5,000 people with 2 loaves of bread and some fishes. That's not a fucking miracle. That's a tapas.
a joke at the Spanish, that Spain's
I
expense.
don't fucking know. I just thought it was funny.
They've dealt with
That's all.
enough, good sir.
She was in my.
Excuse me, sir.
But what actually happened was, there was
Sorry.
only a little bit of food, but there was a lot of coffee and black tea there, so everybody was able to just control their appetite, nibble a little bit. Yeah.
Well, Jesus could make water into wine, so he just got everybody drunk and tricked them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
And that's a hell of a trick too, if you can just turn water into wine, because then you can. just
Hell yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah.
tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you. We'll see you next time.
Hit the like button on this video. Hit the like
like-
button.
Yeah,
Thank
go
you,
and
Commander.
go to
And-
sub
Or-
world.
You
Go
don't
to
have to
sub
hit the
world
like
and-
button. There's also a dislike button if you hit
Yeah,
that.
you can
The
hit
brilliance-
that too.
Yeah, the brilliance of YouTube is that it works the same way, which
Exactly.
is
That's exactly what I was
Hey,
going
man,
to say,
you're
Jeff.
And so, good night, everybody.
The illusion of freedom, Jeff. The illusion of freedom.
Thank you, Richard.
I went to
Let
a
him in.
Chinese